Sarah Paulson's role in Amazon's Mr. and Mrs. Smith series confirms the start of a new career trend after her decade-long stint on American Horror Story. Emmy winner Sarah Paulson is arguably best recognized for her many roles in American Horror Story since 2011, having portrayed memorable figures such as Lana Winters, Cordelia Good, Sally McKenna, and Billy Dean Howard. However, Paulson exited American Horror Story after season 10 in 2021, opening the door for roles in various other acclaimed TV shows. The actor's first major 2024 project is in the cast of the Mr. and Mrs. Smith TV show, in which she portrays the therapist of the titular couple, John and Jane. Paulson is one of many guest stars who gives a memorable performance in the action comedy series, with her therapist character helping John and Jane work through their marital struggles in Season 1, Episode 6. Paulson largely serves as the comedic relief for the episode, and her standout role continues a great new trend that truly began in 2023. Mr. and Mrs. Smith creates a trend of Sarah Paulson having incredible guest appearances on comedy TV shows. Paulson's guest role in Mr. and Mrs. Smith is among the best of the season, with the actor's comedic timing providing a balance to the more heavy-hitting drama of John and Jane's relationship troubles. Her cameo happens to occur throughout the most dramatic episode of Mr. and Mrs. Smith Season 1, which parallels Paulson's most memorable TV appearance from 2023. Notably, Sarah Paulson made a cameo in The Bear Season 2, Episode 6, Fishes, as Michelle Berzatto, one of Carmi's cousins at Christmas. In both cases, Paulson makes a standout one-episode appearance in the TV show's most dramatic outing. With these two appearances being Paulson's biggest non-Ryan Murphy TV projects since American Horror Story, she's creating an exciting trend of making greatly impactful cameos on acclaimed comedy shows. Even outside The Bear and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Paulson made a memorable guest appearance on Pedro Pascal's episode of Saturday Night Live in 2023 for one of his most viral sketches. It's unlikely that her character would return for a potential Mr. and Mrs. Smith Season 2, but her recent appearances emphasize the desire to see her in similar comedy TV roles in the future. Mr. and Mrs. Smith and The Bear prove Sarah Paulson needs to do more comedies. Sarah Paulson as Ally wearing a cloak looking the mirror in American Horror Story Season 7. Sarah Paulson has found her greatest acclaim in dramatic roles like American Horror Story, American Crime Story, and Ratched, but The Bear and Mr. and Mrs. Smith prove she would be a great choice for comedies as well. It's been 15 years since Paulson led a comedy show, as she starred in 2009's one-season dramedy Cupid, and her recent outings indicate returning to the genre could be a great career shift after American Horror Story. While she primarily only has dramas lined up after Mr. and Mrs. Smith Season 1, Sarah Paulson appearing in more comedies would be a welcome trend.